when it comes to the weapons to defeat a knight in full armor, in most cases we think about swords, maces, axes, all kinds of spears, but they won't do the job when it really comes to close combat. What you really want to use are all kinds of daggers. And daggers came out through the whole Middle Ages. So from the year 500 after the death of Christ all the way to the 1500s, so about 1000 years. So we have daggers in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and they have all mostly the same purpose. Try to penetrate some kind of armor and to get into the gaps of the armor to defeat, to knock down, to kill the knight you're fighting against. Here I have two types of daggers. One is a bit of a later version, a so-called wandle dagger. Why it's called a wandle dagger? Because it has two wandles and in between goes your hand. And they are quite easy to maneuver, quite easy to fight with. Easy to fight with, hard to master. So they were really used against armored opponents, and in most cases men-at-arms, and of course the knights. So you really gotta try to get into the gaps of the armor, of the harness. So that is in most cases under the arms, in many cases the throat, and of course some parts in beneath, and all the parts are quite hard to protect. You can protect them with mail and later on even with plates, but with mail, if you make a hard thrust, you can't penetrate it. It takes a bit of practice, a bit of force, but you can penetrate it. And when it comes to plates, plates has to overlap, because otherwise you cannot move. If it are solid plates, on every place there are solid plates, you cannot really move that well. So they have to overlap, and when it overlaps there will be gaps. So you get into the gaps of the harness, into the gaps of the hinges and the overlapping. So this is one type of dagger. And a bit of an earlier one, not that much early, but just a bit, a couple of years, we have another type of dagger. This one is more like a German one. This is a Bacillard. Bacillard. You know, it was used by mostly German knights. So when it comes to the Middle Ages, there were many, more like today, many German spoken territories, and they all kind of spoke a German language. They were not all the same, because there were so many dialects and so many kind of German. And there's not much change to today. There are still many German languages. This one is of course also blunt, and it's a Bacillard. And you see, and we'll see many manuscripts where they use this kind of daggers to fight against armored opponents. So this one is quite large if you think about it. And some Bacillards were indeed like a small short sword, so you can really make slashes and cuts with it. And it is possible with this one, but this one is still mostly dagger size, and I will always use it like a dagger. And yeah, and as you can see, it goes from a bit thicker, just a bit of tempering, and it goes more like thinner in the middle, and a bit wider and thicker at the end. It's quite hard to see, I know. But it's really quite an interesting design. And this one is handmade by some guy here in the Netherlands, where I come from. And I am recreating a German man-at-arms kit, harness actually. And this is the dagger I mainly use with my kit. I can, however, use my other one, my wandle, but the wandle will be just a bit too late when it comes to my kit. So I have two wandles, and in the nearby future I will try to get a bit of a later medieval reenactment kit, and by that kit I definitely gonna use the later one. So, but what if you come in a situation you just don't have your dagger by your side? So you would think that you are kind of screwed, but that's not always the case, because in the Middle Ages, in the late Middle Ages, so when you say about the mid 1300s all the way till the end of the 15th century, so the 14th and 15th century, you will use an eating kit. So that comes with an eating knife and a pricker. So these were really essential when it comes to eating your food. They don't really use forks, because the fork was the symbol of the devil, Lucifer, you know. So it was not really something you will use while eating. You will use a fork to cut pieces of meat and try to serve it. So let's talk a bit about the eating knife, because in the late Middle Ages everyone should wear an eating knife and a pricker. So if you really gonna get in a fight and you're not allowed to wear or to have your dagger on your side, you still have kind of a weapon. And in most cases they were quite from a decent size, you know. They were not small, they were quite decent size, and they have of course to be sharp, because you have to cut your meat or your fish or your vegetables or whatever. So they have to be from a quite good size. They have to be sharp, and it will be less useful than, let's say, of course, a real dagger, but it will do the job. If you really have to protect yourself, you know, and you don't have your dagger nor your sword on your side, this will do the job. So I really hope you like this video. I hope it is a bit more informational for you. I really like to make this kind of videos. Yeah, I really hope you like this video. If so, give it a big thumbs up. I will really appreciate it. Yeah, see you by next one. Cheers. Bye bye.